You clicked on this video because you're looking to produce a consistent income for yourself, but you don't want to work in high ticket sales. You don't want to work in these crazy buzzword things like e-com or crypto or AI. What I'm going to be showing you in this video is exactly how I reached six figures at 21 years old, and now at 22, how I am going to hit multi six figures. It's a very simple business model where you're helping companies generate leads. And what a lead is someone who has shown interest in your product or service, and they've given you their name, their email, and their phone number. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you from A to Z the entire process. I'm going to show you how to spy on competitors' ads. I'm going to show you how to create ads. I'm going to show you how to run ads in the Meta Ad Manager. I'm going to show you how to build automations in Make or Zapier. And I'm going to show you how this process can comfortably produce $4,000 to $6,000 per month as a beginner with as little as $1,000 per month in ad spend. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Benjamin Green. I love running ads. I live with my brother. Now 22. I just got back from an amazing New Year's camping trip. I'm passionate about running. I'm passionate about lifting weights. I'm passionate about entrepreneurship. And I'm in a beautiful, loving relationship. And I'm here today to bring light to you if you're struggling with your business, if you don't know where to start, if you don't know how to run ads, if you don't know how to grow your existing business. I'm here to just share with you what's working for me, because I know what it's like to feel stuck. I know what it's like to feel confused. I know what it's like to feel like you're trying new things all the time but nothing's really working. But lead generation and a service-based business is the ultimate beginner-friendly way to produce a full-time online income without needing a boss and without needing to rely on sales goals. It's pretty awesome. So I'm going to show you how we do it. And grab yourself a cup of coffee, grab yourself a bowl of popcorn, or if you're fasting, just a cup of black coffee, and let's sit down. I highly recommend you get a Google Doc or you get a notepad and you take some notes, or you watch this video back, because I want to make this one in depth. Let's get into it. Amazing. So I'm going to be walking you through a very simple example of a client that I'm actually setting up right now for them to launch in January. So this is going to be a live build, okay? And they are a funding company. So they essentially give out business loans to businesses that don't have interest. So there's no compounding interest. It's not like, how you buy a house and then every year you're paying interest, or you buy a car and then every year you're paying interest. These are short-term business loans that are used for businesses to buy equipment, buy vehicles, expand, renovate, hire talent, or pay employees. And there's no interest, right? So what I'm sharing with you is a real understanding of what the offer is. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at what our test is. What are our goals? So with a new campaign, what I'm looking at doing is called a burn test. I'm going to be spending about $1,000 in ad spend over a month, which is $30 a day. The goal is to achieve a 4 to 6x ROAS. What that means is that we're operating at somewhere between 75% all the way to around 85% profit margin, okay, which is really good. Our revenue target off of this $1,000 ad spend is $4,000 to $6,000. And if we hit this revenue target, we're going to grow the ad budget in the next month by 20 to 30%, which means this would go up to about $40 a day. Now, what I'm doing is one type of lead gen. okay? There's PPL, which is pay per lead, and then there's HTLG, which is high ticket lead gen, or a rev share, okay? Now, here's the thing, right? Pay per lead is good for niches like accounting, law, home mortgages, maybe physiotherapists, chiropractors, construction contracts. There are so many good pay per lead niches, but I love focusing on high ticket lead generation. And I'll tell you now some of the best niches to focus on with HTLG, high ticket lead generation, so that you can get a share of the revenue instead of them just paying you a markup on your lead. So let's say you run ads and you get the lead for $10 and you charge them $30. The problem with that is that your costs are always going to be fluctuating, and it's really going to mess up your profitability if your ad costs suddenly double and now the client's like, oh, why are we getting less leads? Can I get more? And then they want to pay more, but then it's like, oh, but now I'm only making $10 in profit per lead instead of $20. So I really don't like pay per lead, personally. Okay, unless you're doing like, maybe B2C. If you're doing business to consumer, I think pay per lead does work, or retainer. But in my situation, I love high ticket lead generation, which means that you're getting a percentage of the deal size and you're working with B2B offers that are established companies. Okay, do your background check, vet these companies out. Most of them have a referral program or an affiliate program, and it's very easy to apply. Cool. Then what I do is I actually search up the Meta Ad Library when I'm entering a niche. And I also manually search up these sorts of keywords, so related keywords on Google. And what I will do is I will take the highest ranked results on Google. This one, for example, On Deck. I saw On Deck. And I will search On Deck. Let me type it one word, On Deck. There we go, financial service. And I can then, okay, it doesn't look like they have any active ads. Maybe they paused over the holiday period because it is like New Year's. But there were some ads that I found the other day from On Deck. And you will be able to basically see their ads, how long the ads have been running for, what copy they're using. You can even see their landing page, which is crazy. So you can see their offer, their landing page, and their entire funnel. Okay, which is pretty insane. And these are the questions they ask, right? Yeah, these are the questions they ask. Cool. So you can do that for all your competitors. And that's what I've got over here. So we've got different styles of ads. We've got an ad that shows the environment and the people that we're looking for. We've got an ad that's just a clear offer, a business loan that fits your needs this holiday season, so trying to match the rush. This one I really liked. I thought this was cool because it looks super native to the platform. And it almost feels like I'm sharing some sort of secret with you that can help you. Most business owners don't know this. You can unlock 50K plus in 0% APR business credit without touching your personal credits. These approvals come fast with high limits, and they don't report to your personal bureau. Learn the game and you'll never worry about money again. So this one I really liked. And later in this video, you're going to see that we recreate it. This is also cool. Comparison. So a comparison is like, what we do versus what the banks do. So in your case, if you're running ads for, let's say, insurance, you could do like our car insurance versus competitor car insurance. Life insurance is the same, right? On Deck, this is cool. Authority, how much they've funded, and then also a review. So really good authority pieces there. And then these were just some other ones I took a look at. Cool. Now, how do we make these ads? Okay, there's two things that we do. Okay, as a beginner, because you're not some expert designer, right? I'm going to show you the most beginner-friendly way to make these ads. Number one is going to be Canva. And number two is going to be Pinterest. So Canva is for my images. Pinterest is for my videos. Cool. So what do I mean by this? So I'm going to quickly open up Canva. Let me open up Canva and show you an example. Cool. Okay. So these are examples of ads that I've made. And I think this one actually did well. If the bank, so it's cars driving in the desert, and it says, if the banks slow you down, we wins. Private capital, fast approvals. And then at the bottom of the video, it's got the criteria. And then this is just a video I got from Pinterest. Cool. But let me show you this one. So look here, right? I pretty much copied this sort of style. So what I did was I simply went onto Pinterest. And then you can also open a new tab and type Pinterest downloader. And then what I searched was business conference video. And then I found a video from here that I liked, and I used Pinterest. This one looks good. I used Pinterest essentially as like a stock footage because it looks more natural than stock footage, right? So I could easily use this video and then download it. And once I've downloaded that file, I will then drag it into here. And then this is essentially now an ad. That's an ad. That's an ad. That's an ad. And then I'm also going to do a very simple one like this, right? 400 plus million secured for over 10,000 US-based business owners. So that kind of mimics, this one over here by On Deck. Okay. So I've showed you what the goal is. I've showed you how to find competitor ads. I've showed you the difference between PPL and HTLG, so B2C pay-per-lead versus B2B high-ticket lead generation and a rev share. Then I've showed you how to use Canva. So I can also go like to design, and let's say I like this. No, let's say, I use this one. Let's say that I want, let me just search like classic blue, and let's see what comes up. This could be good for car insurance. This could be a sneaky one for car insurance. Yeah, this could be good for like a testimonial style ad. This one as well could be good for a testimonial style. This one as well for maybe like, oh, you can apply quick for this insurance, or even this style. And you want to mix a combination of ones that look like corporate style and then ones that look very user generated. So this one could be really good for like a Christmas style, right? Cool. And then we are mixing between, I like to generally do about 60% image and 40% video, so that I'm getting a real nice mix of image and video on Facebook and Instagram for placements. So there's certain slots on the app where your ads can show up. And I want to make sure that I'm covering every single slot that is high converting. So that's going to be your image placement on the main feed, and then it's going to be your video placement, obviously, in the reels. Cool. So that's how we make ads. I'm not going to get too in-depth there. Very simple. And then you can use something like, you can obviously scrape all of this copy and kind of get some ideas and place that into Claude to start writing copy for your ads. You can ask Claude for hooks or ideas, right? Okay, so that's everything there. Now, let's talk about landing pages. Okay, if you don't have a landing page, that is perfectly fine for now. We do. This is our landing page. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sending traffic to this page. It says find the perfect business loan or business credit line, qualify for 5K to 5 million. And then it's a simple form submission. And it's got some places that we've shown up. It's got some stats that we've done. Very, very simple, right? But now what if you don't have a landing page? Okay, so if you don't have a website, if you don't have a landing page, Meta has made it very, very easy for you to get started, even if you are a beginner, by creating what they call instant forms. And an instant form, I want you to think of it like a mini website that fits inside of Facebook that allows you to create these really high quality forms to capture lead data and pass that lead data on. So I'm going to say create ad. And for my campaign objective, I'm selecting leads. Manual leads campaign. For the campaign name, I might do US funding, and then I might say the date of launch, which would be 05/01/2026. So the 5th of January 2026. I like to do campaign budget. I've noticed that my cost per lead and my volume of leads is better with CBO. So campaign budget means that the budget is going to be split amongst all of your ads, all of your ad set, and that's basically going to find the best performer and then run money to that best performer. With ABO, which is ad set budget optimization, it's gonna have your campaign with all your ad sets that have different. Let's say your ad sets have different interests. It's going to then push. It's gonna basically distribute your budget more evenly. Yeah, cool. So $30 a day, $30 a day, and that's pretty much it for the campaign level. We're now going to go to the ad set level. Okay. Now, if I was running a landing page, I would select website. If I was selecting the instant forms that I didn't have a landing page, then I'll do instant forms. That's perfect. For my page, I'm going to go with that. Cool. For ad set, I like to just write a bit about my audience here. So I'm going to maybe go like 25 to 60 and US and broad. Cool. Start date, it's going to be the 5th of Jan, and I'm going to have it start at midnight on the 5th of Jan. And locations, this one is going to run in the United States. Cool. And then for placements, this is very important, right? So for placements, I'm going to edit this, manual placements, and I want to make sure it's just Facebook and Instagram. I want to turn off audience network. And then as you can see, it's going to, like your ads are going to be showing all these placements, right? So Instagram stories, Facebook Reels. Cool, that's all good. Cool, then at the ad set level, let's go here. Oh, wait, first I want to edit my audience. Sorry. That's actually fine. Cool. Yeah, I'm actually going to leave the audience super broad. I'm rather going to leave this audience super broad because the philosophy has kind of changed now with ads, where people used to have all the, targeting options, interest pools, lookalike audiences, ages, split tests, all these things. But it's now changed where the importance of the ad is at the ad level, is at the creative level, is at the what are you actually showing people level. So you can kind of ignore targeting in your settings. All of the targeting should be done in the copy, which is the text, in the visuals, and in the landing page. Like all of the targeting is done through your actual through what you're actually putting out there. I like to name my ads alphabetically and numerically. So I would do A1, B2, and then if I'm doing a variant of B2, it would be B3 or B4 as an example, and then it would be C3. So that's how I like to name it, but that is not for everyone. Cool. Multi-advertiser ads, this needs to be turned off. Please turn that off. And then let's actually show you how to do this, right? So set up ad creative to actually upload ads, super easy. I'm just going to use an example. Let's just use a very, very easy example here. Okay. I'm going to select original. So make sure your cropping is good. Original. That's good. Text. I like to use learn more. Primary text. Let's quickly use Claude. Okay, I'm going to ask Claude to scan my landing page and give me a simple one-line copy for meta ads for primary text, headline to call up my audience. So I'm saying scan my landing page and give me a simple one-line copy for meta ads for primary text, headline, and description. I wanted to call out my audience and state the offer as well as the CTA. And now Claude is going to give me a sneaky example that I can use here. Yeah, for example, small business owners need funding fast, get 5K to 5 million in business loans, credit lines with approvals in minutes and funding in 24 hours. Okay, so I'm going to write that one down. And then headline, business funding in 24 hours. And then description, apply in minutes. That's perfect. Enhancements. The only enhancement that I do is add music. Everything else I'm turning off. And then this is what your ad's going to look like, as an example. So this ad says finance that grows with your business, access working capital up to 5 million in 24 hours. Done. Awesome. So that's how we actually place that ad. So now if someone clicks learn more, it will take them to a form. Okay. Cool. But now how do we create this form? Okay, so I'm going to say create form. Okay, cool. And I'm going to start with higher intent. And I'm going to select requires leads to verify their phone number with a one-time passcode. So the biggest problem when selling leads or doing lead generation is pickup rates, is how do we get our customers to remember us? And we can get them to remember us by making the ad very deep or very detailed or very educational. But another way is obviously ensuring all their details are correct. And then the last way is follow-ups. So you can also set up follow-up automations using tools like Zapier, go high level or make, maybe even N8N, to automate follow-ups so that customers are kept top of mind, right? So form name, I'm going to say US, and then I might write who this is for. So this is for a company called BLA. And next, intro. Okay, cool. And what's great is that you can add like reviews and stuff as well. And then how it works, incentives. Okay, cool. Trust signals. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so 10 plus years in business, I can add because this company is. I can also add replies within 24 hours. I can also add that they're licensed. Cool. And then incentives. So an incentive, I might say like what they get. So I would say like a free funding offer and quote, or a free funding offer. Let's see. Cool. That's perfect. Greeting. I'm gonna just maybe copy this one here. I think that's perfect. So find the perfect business loan or business credit line. I like that. And then you can also add text here if you want. So I'm going to say apply in 60 seconds or less than 1 minute. Let's try quick to apply. There we go. Cool. Then what I can do is I can also tell people about my products and services, right? And what's great is that you can add images. So let's say that you are doing this for like car insurance. You could show like in detail all the things that are covered in the car insurance package. So you could show like a picture of the windows, you could show a picture of the tires, you could show a picture of if their car's broken, we'll give you a free rental car, something like that. Okay. How it works. How it works is also great to say like step 1, step 2, step 3. So you put in your submission, so put in your submission. Yeah, something like that. Cool. I'm just trying to think now. And then here's the questions. Okay, cool. So what you're doing with the intro is you're building intent and you're showing authority and you're showing social proof. Then when we go over to the questions, this is where the qualifying happens. Okay. So what's great is I like to use conditional logic and I'll do multiple choice. And what this means is that if I say, let's say I'm selling an offer that is above $1,000, and I say, what is your budget for this service? And then I say $0 to $500. I say $500 to $1,000. And I say $1,000 to $3,000, something like that. And what I can do is I can make sure that this person is automatically disqualified and these people get to submit the form. So I'm going to say submit form, end page. I hope this is all making sense, but it's really cool like how you can basically choose who you let through and who you don't. Okay. Awesome. So very, very, very simple. That's how I make it. And then you collect email, first name, phone number, and in this case, my client also needs their zip code. Yeah. Cool, but I'm gonna get to work on this. The privacy policy is optional. And then the ending screen, I can select a partner app. So you could also have someone flow to like a messenger, like a Facebook Messenger, if you want to do some appointment setting there, and to follow up with them. We're currently looking at WhatsApp actually, but I'm just going to save this as a draft. Cool. I want to see if I can show you an actual finished one. So this is a finished one. So it says how much we've funded through our private network. And then it says this is for established businesses only. We vet all applications. Thank you. Then it's got the steps. It's got reviews. And then we've got our questions. So how long have you been in business? And then if they're under 12 months, they're disqualified. Is your business registered? So it asks their company name. Do you have a business bank? What is your turnover range? How much capital do you require? And then what do you need capital for? So you can really get creative with the form. And that's how you create ads. Yeah. And then if you want to make more, you can just duplicate this and swap out the creative. Cool. And once that's all done, I would simply click publish. So it's very easy. Like, it doesn't need to be crazy complicated to run ads. This is how you do it. But now you might be asking, okay, Ben, that's awesome. But now how do I actually get these leads to get sent to my clients? And I'm going to show you a very simple example of how we build this in Zapier. We now are using Make, but if you're a beginner, I do recommend Zapier as it is very user-friendly. Okay, so let's just hop over to Zapier now. Okay, awesome. I'm going to show you now a quick example of how to set this up inside of Zapier. So when you create a new Zap, this will be empty. Okay, so when you create a new, I'm going to just show you like from the start, right? So when you create a new Zap, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be empty. You want your trigger 1 to be Facebook leads ads. Okay. And then what you'll do is you'll say new lead and you'll connect your accounts. And once your account is connected, you can select your page and your form. So remember your form name. Cool. So that's all connected. Very easy, right? For action, we're now going to do these two. Okay. We're going to create a spreadsheet row, and then we're going to send an email. Okay. So here's how this works. So we connect it to a spreadsheet, and we're then going to start linking the Facebook lead ad information to the correct column on the Google Sheet. So on the Google Sheet, if I've got a column that's named company name, then my question or my answer for company name needs to be in that field. It's the same for email. It's the same for turnover, business age, all of that. Then we set up a simple notification system to send an email when a new lead comes through that just says new lead. And we're sending this to our client's email, and we're CCing ourselves on the email. And in this email, we're simply sharing that a new lead has been added to the sheet, and we're giving them information about their company, their name, their email, their cell phone, turnover, everything. So this is very easy to do. If you guys want me to go more in depth on this, please leave a comment below. You can ask some questions, but it's very easy to do. And what's awesome is that, you know, Zapier has got this Copilot. And what this Copilot allows you to do is it allows you to basically ask questions if you ever get stuck. You can say, hey, Copilot, I want to send these leads to a Google Sheet and write an email notification. So that's what's great about Zapier, is that you can also learn by using its Copilot to understand how to build these flows. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to either give you suggestions or it's going to start building it now for you, which is really awesome. And then you just need to connect the correct accounts. Okay. Awesome. Cool. But guys, I'm going to leave it there with the Zapier. It's not too crazy. Very easy to do. And now we have officially gone over exactly how to make your first 4 to 6K per month with lead generation. As for finding clients, I would first find a niche that you want to get into. Whether that niche is insurance, whether that niche is loans or mortgages, or maybe the niche is like in health. Maybe you're doing like fertility clinics, so IVF, or maybe you're doing like, diabetes or something like that, right? There are so many niches you can get into. I'm going to be making a video where I rank niches, and I also go more in depth on signing your first client. But yeah, signing clients is the easy part, in my opinion. Service delivery and keeping those clients, I think, is the harder part. But if you're a beginner, I do understand how you can think that signing the client is the difficult part, but I actually disagree. But I will be making videos as well on how exactly to choose a niche, what niches to start off in, how to get your first client, how to apply for that client, and how to start sending them leads so that those first few clients are happy, and so that you can take this from, $4,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $6,000 a month, all the way up to 6 figures and multi 6 figures. So currently, I've got about 5 clients that I'm running ads for, and all of these clients are doing over $10 million a year. So they're all fairly big companies. And I've got about 5 clients, and each client I send anywhere between 300 to 500 leads per month. And then typically I get about a 3% commission on all closed deals. And these deals are anywhere between, $5,000 all the way up to 5 million. So if you do the math, it can get crazy. But thank you so much for watching this. I'm wishing you an incredible 2026 and a beautiful year ahead. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate your investment into yourself, into building your skills. Thank you for watching. You have a blessed day further, and run more ads. If you're ever in doubt, run more ads, test more things. It's ultimately about trying and trying and trying and trying, and learning and learning and learning and learning. Action and learning. Action, learn, action, learn, action, learn. And those two combinations will get you anywhere you want to go in the world. I promise you. Bye. You take care of yourself.